here from Rain Country. God is good all the time. And I'm here today to talk about the benefits of flax seeds and how you can use them in your day-to-day diet just to get some of those good nutrients and benefits into your diet. So right here are some. These are just a regular brown flaxseed. There's also golden flaxseed. They do have slight differences. I'll cover that in a bit. First, let's start off with the nutrients you're going to find in your flax seed, which is protein, fiber, omega-3 fatty acids, thiamine, copper, manganese, magnesium, calcium, phosphorus, selenium, zinc, vitamin B6, iron, folate, and alpha lipoic acid. And there's probably even more. Even though I compile this information from various different sites, it seems like there's always different sites that will list nutrients that maybe another site missed. I would assume there may also be potassium in these, because you'll find potassium, magnesium, manganese, and calcium are some of the most common minerals you're going to find in your healthy seeds. So here I also have poppy seed. I don't have a video on this one yet, but it'll be one of the next ones I do. Black seed, I have a video on this. And chia seed, this was the most recent video I did. And then hemp hearts. And not one on that one yet, but I'll probably do that. These are the 5 most common seeds I'm going to use and add them into various things, which I'll get to later. But first, let me cover some of the many benefits that you will get from consuming flax seeds. Because they are high in antioxidants, they're going to help protect your body against various types of cancers. It helps to lower or at least bring balance to cholesterol levels, helps to regulate blood pressure. It also helps to stabilize blood sugar. So if you're one who is diabetic, flax seeds are a good option to add to your diet. It can help to manage your weight, improve cardiovascular health and digestive health. They help to prevent against constipation and to protect the body against chronic disease. Very good for your skin, hair, and nails. Now this is consuming, but also you can get flaxseed oil and use it in a topical form for your skin, hair, and nails. One thing I will point out though, and I do believe it's probably because of the high amount of omega-3 fatty acids, is to me the oil tends to have a more fishy smell. I'm not a fan of flaxseed oil. Same thing with the flavor of it. I love flax seeds, but when it comes to the pressed oil, not a fan. So you might, if you haven't tried it yet, I suggest buying just a small amount and trying it first. They help to boost your immunity and prevent dry eye, and even reduce menopausal symptoms or PMS symptoms. And in fact, a lot of times you'll find that menopausal women will commonly add flaxseed to their diet to help relieve hot flashes and more. Now, ways that you can use flaxseed in your day-to-day diet. It's flaxseed, just like chia seed or any other seed, is so easy to incorporate because you can add them to smoothies, yogurt, oatmeal, even your homemade granola, pancake batter, cookies, breads, salads, and more. Super easy. That's what's great about small things like this that have a very mild flavor anyway, is you can throw them into just about anything. And they can also be used as an egg replacement. So if you're a vegan or you can't have eggs for some reason and you need to use it in baking, you can easily use either the chia seed or the flax seed as egg replacement. In that case, it's best to go ahead and grind the seed up and then combine it with about like 1 tablespoon of the seed to a couple tablespoons of warm water, let it sit for a little bit, and then use that in replacement of an egg in your pancakes or whatever it is you need to use that in. Now let's talk a little bit about consuming, because this one I get a lot, especially when it comes to flaxseed, because flaxseed and black seed both kind of have a harder outer shell. And just to eat them straight out of the jar, you don't want to swallow them whole because you might not be able to digest them properly. 3 different things you can do to make sure you're getting the goodness out of those seeds is to either chew them up well, to grind them, or like I most commonly do when I'm using it in breads, yogurts, and more, is I soak them. So these 5 seeds right here, I will oftentimes add to various different breads that I'm making, pancake batters, cookies, and more. And in that case, especially with the breads where you, like your yeast bread, where you're going to proof the bread or anything, where you're going to add water to it anyway, especially a warm water, I put the seeds in first. And then however much I'm going to use in there, I usually use a couple of tablespoons of each seed in whatever I'm making. I put them in there first, let them soak along with, like, say it's a yeast, along with that yeast in the warm water. And what that's going to do is that's going to break that down and make it more easily digestible. So you don't have to grind your seeds. A lot of people will tell you, well, you have to grind the flax seeds. Now, while you can, and it is a good idea, you can also simply soak them. I do the same thing with yogurt. I'll throw the seeds into my yogurt and stir it up and let it sit for a while, and 5 to 10 minutes and before I consume it. You can also add them to juice as is in their whole form and let them sit in the juice or whatever liquid you're going to drink, and just let them sit in there again for, I'd say, about 10 minutes, and let it just soak, and that will definitely soften up those seeds and then make them easy to digest, and then you can just drink it down. So soaking is very beneficial, and it can be used in place of grinding. If you prefer to grind it, you can simply use a little coffee grinder. Like I have one I use specifically just for food that I set aside. I like that particular one because I can take the bowl part of it out that you put the stuff in and wash it separately and not have to worry about getting water on the electronics. And you can use a grain mill. I used to try putting the flaxseed in with my wheat berries and stuff so I could grind them all together. But the problem I had with that is using in a grain mill is the flax seeds are very fatty, so they can tend to kind of glom up your grain mill. Now, as far as the differences between the gold and the brown, that while they're going to have mostly the same benefits, the brown ones are better for those who are trying to balance their hormones. So if you're using it for your menopausal symptoms, I say go with the brown, where the gold ones are better at helping to balance your lipid levels. So if you're looking at more for weight management, consider going with the gold ones. And then even though I don't usually like giving recommendations on amounts because people need to look this up for themselves and take their own responsibility in this, the standard recommended dose is 2 to 3 tablespoons per day. So that's going to be very much up to you. You might only need 1, you might need more than 3, but that's what I came across. And then a couple other facts about flax which were really fun to learn because I've never tried growing it before, is that it gets a beautiful blue flower on it. And I did know this about flax, though, is that it's just like with hemp, it's also used for fiber. Flax is what is used in making linen. So I just did a video, in fact, on some flax linen sheets that I have. I'll link to down below. Love them. Best sheets I've ever owned. Now, of course, just like with anything, there's always precautions because there's not a lot of studies on taking such things in a medicinal form. If you're pregnant or nursing, there's usually just not enough studies done. So they recommend maybe not do that. And especially with flaxseed, because of the brown ones in particular, because of the balancing of the hormones, that could possibly cause an issue with a pregnancy, though I would highly doubt it would be a problem when you're just adding it to foods. But taking it more as a medicinal form, I would say be careful, but don't just listen to me. Do your own research on any of this stuff to make sure any of this stuff is going to be safe if you're pregnant or nursing or on any specific kind of medication. And of course, if you have any allergies to something like this, obviously it's something you'll want to avoid. And if you don't know, with anything, it's always best to start with a small amount, pay attention to your body, watch for any kind of reactions, and then slowly increase the amount from there, and just always pay attention to make sure you're not having any bad reactions. Now, if you're liking videos like this, I have a long playlist that has over 90 videos on it where I've done breakdowns of the benefits of different types of herbs, foods, nuts, oils, and more. And I'll link to that full playlist down below. And that, of course, includes the chia seeds and the black seeds, which is the Nigella sativa, by the way. And if you'd like to learn more about those, so I'll link that playlist. You can just scroll through there and find those things that sound most interesting to you so you can learn a little bit more about them and how you can incorporate them into your own diet. So any thoughts, ideas? Do you like flaxseed or the flaxseed oil? What's your favorite way to use them? Please share with us in comments down below. And thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.